Well, Ray and I and Heaton Livestock Company are considered an honor to be considered in this Leopold Conservation Award. Conservation is a top priority to us, and we recognize that that's what's kept us in business today, is the conservation work that we've done, the increased production and the ability to raise much more, actually 3 times as many livestock as we used to, plus huge amounts of wildlife is a direct result of conservation. And so we're high on conservation. Heaton Livestock Company is mainly a cattle operation. We summer in Utah, here in Kane County around the town of Alton. In the winter we're on the Arizona Strip. These cattle pay for all of the conservation work that we do, and so we've been able to, with actually less property than we started, when I started here in full-time in the 70s, we're able to run 3 times as many cattle as we did at that time on less actual property, and plus all of the wildlife and other things that live, and utilize the property.
When Carl and I were young, we used to irrigate about probably 40 acres or less of alfalfa mainly, and then over the years, as technology improved and stuff, we've kind of followed suit. We now irrigate about 120 acres of alfalfa and irrigate some grain, and we've went to wheel lines, and then we've gone to pivots, which makes it a lot easier. The NRCS has helped us with this pivot here. It's done very good. It helps production, and we can produce lots more hay. We have a feedlot, and we produce a lot of hay for the feedlot now, and of course we still have to buy a little hay, but we produce much more than we used to, but it's made a lot of difference. Over the years we've done different types of planting, and we've gone to a no-till the last few years, and we have chemogators that work on the pivots, so it helps. You don't have to run over the land so many times, but fertilizes through the water system. But the no-till has proved out to be good for us, we feel. Saves a lot in tilling the ground. We just run over it with the drill, and it does a good job for us.
This is our yard where we wean our calves and background them. Try to put some value on them. We like to do our own calves because they grow well, and it gives an opportunity to market our feed that we grow at the farm, and then we can sell these in uniform lots from here. So this project here is mainly for wildlife and sage grouse. We just took a dozer and scalped the ground, planting back the type of vegetation that sage grouse and deer would like, things like alfalfa and clover, small burnet, things that encourage an insect population that maybe the sage grouse would stay in this migration route longer. And so this is on a sage grouse migration route, and also a valuable deer habitat. And so that's the really emphasis here. You can see the small food plots surrounded by the cover, which makes an ideal wildlife environment. This is part of the sage grouse migration route too, and of course this big bench runs back through here, but it's a lot of old decadent sagebrush. And so this is where we did a flew-on spike, and you can see some of the dead sage here from that spike treatment. It's really interesting. That really made the bitter brush come back. Of course, this is also the prime mule deer habitat. There's a lot of bitter brush here. It really did great. You can also see on her border is summer homes. Summer homes are next to us all over, and they'd like to make summer homes here, but we're maintaining open spaces. This is an agriculture ranch, and that's what we like to keep it. Normally, in a normal operation, all of these gullies are plugged with either spreader dams every little ways, or we push the trash and trees and brush in these gullies to stop all erosion. We don't want any soil or water to leave the property. We like this water to soak in. We like it, the watershed to be functioning properly. If there's not gullies, we usually contour the brush to the watershed so that it stops the water until the grass gets established, and then we can either burn those or spread them out. But we want all the water and soil to stay in place. We have some riparian areas. We do not fence them normally, but we do manage the areas so that you have short duration grazing, and they're healing very rapidly. Each year they heal up very good, and so we're really happy with the riparian help that is being generated.
The Heaton Ranch manages for trophy mule deer habitat, and they have a separate company that they offer outfitting for trophy mule deer hunts. On the ranch, they harvest between 5 and 10 trophy mule deer every year off the ranch to clients who are willing to wait up to 2 years to have an opportunity to hunt the ranch. The conservation work has greatly improved the quality of mule deer as far as the antler growth and the size and body of the mule deer. Also, there's turkey and blue grouse and sage grouse and a host of other wildlife that benefit from the conservation work.
To me, the true farmer and the true rancher are the true environmentalists. They really love the land, and they do all that they can to help the land produce, and as it does produce, it'll kind of take care of us if we take good care of it.
When I was a kid, my father, of course we had sheep, mostly sheep then, and he always packed an axe with him as we herded sheep, and he'd always cut off limbs of the conifers and have me drag them into head cuts and stuff like that to stop erosion. And also he had an old Army surplus small dozer that he'd push over trees and put them in washes and stuff. He had me following along with a can of grass seed, scattered grass seed, and basically that's been my life. Everywhere I go, I pick seed and walk somewhere where there's something's not growing and try to get it to grow.